Please all. RaRe Ka Maai here. Oh, RaRe Ka Maai Mystics. I'm here to bring your daily PowRa for this day, the 17th of the 7th, 2018. And yes, today is vibrating on a 9 vibration. We have the 7 from the 17 coming again, reminding us that this month is all about reflection, going within, being introspective, checking yourself, checking your spirit, at least not to lose your soul. We are being that hermit. We are studying the self so we can be the better self. We are studying the self so we can bring the most conducive self towards us. Okay, and this year, as we know, is 2018. It's all about partnerships and divine guidance. This day is ruled by Mercury. Wednesdays, bloody, excuse me. I don't know what that was coming from, bloody, but I meant Wednesdays, planetary, that's what I was leaning towards, planetary body or archetype is Mercury. Mercury being that quicksilver, that fast thinker, that one that works on the mind, mental agility, communication, effective communication, using your intellect. How do you use your intellect? And the color resonating for today is yellow. The aromatherapy is lavender, which is very calming to the mind. And the mineral therapy is silver. Sorry, not silver, mercury. Mercury, I said quicksilver earlier. I meant mercury, excuse me. But quicksilver is sometimes related to mercury too, which is why. Right, so today we have Mercury right now, planetary wise, is in Cancer. Excuse me, no. Mercury and Venus are actually in Leo currently. So expression of your creativity, Mercury in Leo. Expression of your true soul's knowing, Mercury in Leo. Expression, communication, traveling to be who you really came to be, at least at very least reflecting on on how you work it, how you work your communication, how you relate to people. We have the moon in Virgo today as well, which will be in that constellation of Virgo for some time, for next 2-3 days, 3 days even, as we just got into the moon phase into Virgo a day ago. And Virgo constellation is the biggest constellation, takes up almost 50% of the sky. So yes, definitely the moon will spend at least 4 days there. Right. And we are definitely in the midst of Cancer season. And when I say midst, I don't mean in the middle, we just ushered it in, right? Just in case my choice of word isn't the right one. We're definitely feeling the energy more and more as we go on. The energy would have been like subtly felt prior to the date, 16th of the 7th, but that's the day it changes, right? But we're still in the new moon in Gemini energy. Okay, great time to communicate, create, relate something new in your world, and balancing the higher mind with the mundane mind. Okay, and the solar eclipse is asking us to eclipse non-conducive thought patterns and ways of being ingrained from our womb, that it being our mother's womb and our legacy generally, as well as reflecting, understanding, cultivating, realizing, utilizing your yin and yang effectively, working your masculine energy and your feminine energy, in any and every given situation so you can be the best that you came to be. Okay, my G. All right, so today's angel messages, we have clarity, hope, detachment, and imagination. And clarity that we had yesterday, I believe. The affirmation is, my mind is quiet, still, and clear. And it reads, angel wisdom reminds you that a busy, cluttered mind is a sick one, and a still, clear mind is a divine one. Allow the wisdom in your heart to radiate out and dissolve the chatter of your mind. Know that your angel has drawn this to your attention and is waiting to help you in your task. Sit quietly so that you can find the stillness within. Then you can shine a pure, clear light onto every area of your life. In the clarity of this light, the angels will reveal a new way of being. You see things differently and be able to make decisions from strength and clarity. Yes, brilliant. And as I read that, reminded my cluttered mind, forgot to let you know that the 9 vibration, what it's all about and what we can expect and what we can add to and take away from our ways. 9 vibration is all about culmination. Again, the leaving the old to bring in the new. Okay, dusting off the old shit to shine a brighter, newer way. Because you can't start something new on the best footing if you have old baggage holding you down. Okay, that even means thought patterns as well, because thoughts are big right now. Because remember, our mind is everything. The universe is mental. So whatever your mind is programmed to believe or go for is what you could carry out. And if it's not the truth, if it's not right, if it's not conducive, you have to work your magic to transmute that ish. And today's quote is, communication is key. Yes. Communicate clearly. Clarify often. And travel frequently. And traveling of the mind, expanding your mind, okay? When we work with the Mercury energy, remember that Mercury ruled by Gemini, the higher octave of Gemini is Sagittarius. While Gemini looks at the lower mind or the mundane mind, Sagittarius looks at the higher mind, the higher octave of the mind. And then we're looking at Virgo. We're looking at Virgo's practicality, Mercury ruled as well. Looking at the daily nuances of life, daily tasks that needs to be adhered to, that pragmatic, analytical kind of head space to be able to deal with the daily. We have Virgo, which is correlating or opposing with Pisces. So yes, it's using our higher mind, it's using our earthly mind, but also our imagination with our creativity and our intuitiveness. Always balance. So again, the number 9 is about ending and starting something new, culminating. It's the last thing before the completion, before you can integrate the old and the old knowings and new ways of being, which is that 10. The 9 also looks at teaching, esoteric, not readily available information to people. The 9 is that energy from when you start from the 0 to the 9. That's the whole lifespan. From when you get to a 9, you're an elder, not an old person. You're an elder. You'll be deciphering whether you're an old person between 7 and 8, I think. But at 9, you have acquired this knowledge, and if you can wear the 9 hat well, you'll be teaching this knowledge, and you'll be revered for being able to unearth this knowledge. So the 9 is a humanitarian. It looks about feeding the world with what it needs. The 9 also deals with, it is a Mars-driven energy. So it's about your desires, your goal-getter. What is the self needing to excel? This also deals with arms and arms, knives, and guns and stuff like that. It's a very militant, it's Mars body, it's Mars ruled. So everything Mars, like sex driven, war driven, and passions and desires driven. Okay, that's the energy of today. Putting passion towards your action, but reflecting on that, because we do have the planetary body governing the number in retrograde, and also Mars is very close to the south node right now, and it's retrograde. It's just letting us know that yes, we're in retrograde, so we have to go within and take time. And then as it's close to it's not north node, south node. It's the north node is in Cancer, and the south node is in Capricorn, which Mars is right now. And the south and the north node detail your karma and your dharma. Okay, your dharma being your blessings and your karma being your lessons. And the south represents the karma and the north represents the dharma. So the dharma is where you find your fulfillment, where you find your destiny, where you find your purpose. And the karma or the south node is where you'll find your most hardest lessons, the lessons that you've already had to learn. Okay, the lessons that you don't need to no longer go back to. Okay, because if you go back to the south node ways of being, okay, you won't have any much fulfillment because you've already had that life. You wanted to take the good that you've learned and leave the not so good back way. Hopefully you would have learned what is not so good and why it's not so good for you and transmute that shit in this life to be better off. So clarity is important. Keep yourself still and serene, clear and light, and your divine guidance, that 2018 energy, is more ready and apt to give you what you want, what you need, clarity. And again, the affirmation is, my mind is quiet, still, and clear. And then we have hope. And the affirmation is, I am eternally optimistic. And I feel like we had this recently too. Hope indicates that the sun is about to come out in an area of your life. The angel wisdom reminds you that your spirit is immensely resilient and powerful. So keep faith with your dreams and visions. Remember, the universe wants you to have your heart's desires. It is simply waiting for you to believe you deserve it before the angels bring it to you. Do your part by deciding what you truly want, then send out positive thoughts for the changes you seek and for the fulfillment of your wishes. Ask the angels for help and they will fan the sparks of potential and bring them to life. Hope is a magnetic quality which attracts the great and beautiful into your life. Yes, and the affirmation is, I am eternally optimistic. Yes, stay on the positive side, stay on the light side. Yes, ready. Go ahead, pause there. Yes, and not to elude ourselves that there isn't anything other than light and hope. There's of course other things going on in this world, but remember, what you put your focus and attention to is what you draw closer to yourself. So if you want more light, more hope, more joy, think and feel that and forget anything else, or don't put as much focus on anything else. You can be aware, always stay aware of what's going on out there, but don't let that drive you, especially if it's these programmed nuances that we know is taking us off our path. And if you want to stay on your path, don't follow that star. You have detachment, and yes, that's the way to be able to remove yourself from certain things that you know is not conducive for you, is to detach from it. Remove the title. Yes, honey. Go ahead. Remove yourself from like thought patterns that you know was no longer serving you, hasn't ever really been serving you, but you don't know it was so effective, and now that you do know it's affecting you in all the wrong ways, like it's up to you to make the changes you want to see. Look in the mirror, look at the man in the mirror. What do you want to change? What do you want to do differently? How are you going to do that? There are many ways, some very unique to you and others very general. Pick and choose. Detachment reads, according to spiritual law, you can have anything your heart desires. However, if your happiness, sense of security, or feeling of power depends on someone or something in your life, then you are attached to that person or thing. And it is a chain which binds you to a low frequency and keeps you stuck. That's called dependency. Your guidance is, that was my little ad lib there. Your guidance is to ask the angels to help you cut the cords that tie you to people, things, and emotions. When all attachments are released, you can no longer be manipulated emotionally. This enables you to reclaim your power and be genuine. Free your spirit and that of others. Let go now. Yes, G, let go and release. And on this 9 vibration is amplifying that message to be able to. Why did you take off the thing? Then you need to put something back on. So before you leave the toilet, put it on properly. Mama's in the middle of a call. We don't have this discussion right now. Sorry, guys. And we're in a hotel right now, so can't even escape them. Okay, so detachment. Yes, releasing. The affirmation is I release everyone and everything. My spirit is free. Letting go is important because when you can be free of the detachments, the thoughts, the feelings of that said something, then they can't manipulate your emotions. They can't make you feel sad, happy, or indifferent. You make the choices for you. Not because somebody's being like this or not here or over there, you know? Don't allow your emotions to be pulled by others. And then we have imagination. And the affirmation is I picture a positive outcome for the highest good. And it reads the thoughts are the building bricks of life. For everything begins with a thought. Yes, on this Mercury day, remember that everything begins with a thought. All that comes in your life began with a thought. Add creativity to thoughts and you have imagination. Every castle starts as a castle in the air. This image is then grounded by architects and builders. The angels are inviting you to use the power of your creative imagination to expand your horizons and picture the life you want. When you hold a vision, the angels see the clarity of your intention and open doors to help you. The angel wisdom guides you to decide your desired outcomes. Be certain that you have the purest intentions. Then imagine your dreams and start the process of creation. Again, the affirmation is I picture a positive outcome for the highest good. Yes, again, your thoughts are a lot. Again, the universe is mental. Whatever you have set in your mind will come into fruition. Whatever you put your intention behind of your mind will come into fruition. I remember the solar eclipse helped us. The message I got personally is that the solar eclipse is helping us eclipse the lower mind with the higher mind, i.e., the brain with the heart, i.e., say the south node would be in Virgo and the north node would be in Pisces. Although we're moving away from that, because we just left the Piscean age, but after leaving the Piscean age and moving into the Aquarian age, it's important to know also that it's not that Pisces age was terrible, and now that we've gone through it and we've gone through some of the crud, the crassness, is to know how to better move and how to better access and utilize the Piscean energy because it is very strong. It is the alpha and omega. It is almost the 9 energy. It's the culmination. It's the beginning and the end. Okay. And imagination speaks about Pisces energy, being able to create. If you check your thoughts, how you are dealing on the day today, Virgo, use your imagination and your emotions to create a more fulfilling reality. Okay. Underneath the deck, we have gratitude, joy. Yes, most definitely. Gratitude is everything. Gratitude is the optimum attitude. You have to give thanks for all that comes into your life because all that comes into your life is for your growth, for our growth, for our souls knowing, for our souls being. That's why you incarnated. So the soul can have many different experiences and understand what it is that it is. And never to forget or negate that you're supposed to be doing this all with love and joy. Okay, love for self first and enjoying the time you're dealing with everything else around it, how you're relating. Because communication stems from the need to relate, to have relationships. Why is it so important to communicate? Because that's how we relate. So how we relate to each other is very important, and how we communicate in those relationships, of course, is very important. So communicate gratitude, communicate joy, give thanks for all that is, and enjoy. Okay, so your vortex message today, we had the same one we had yesterday. Brilliant. Number 7, again, it says, my thoughts join a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. Okay. Yes. Let's read it. It says, in the same way that the law of attraction is responding to the thoughts, words, and actions that you are offering here in your physical reality, the law of attraction is always responding powerfully to your vibrational reality. When the law of attraction, when the law of attraction, the universal manager of all vibrations, responds to the clarity of vibration offered by your expanding inner being, the result is a powerful swirling vortex of attraction. Beautiful. It's talking about, yeah, sometimes we just move haphazardly and we can make things happen. But when we set our intention, okay, and our vibrations right and on time and exact, give thanks, then our magic, our manifestation powers, our attraction ability is like on 1000. Okay, it just moves things so much closer to us. And in this new moon phase, we still have time to, set the intention that we want to start the something new that we need in our world. Better communication, more effective communication, more traveling, better relationship with siblings, better relationship with neighbors, better relationships, full stop. Okay? Set those intentions. Reflect on what intentions you do need to set. And know that when you're clear and cut and concise, the universe hears you and delivers quick and fast. Underneath the deck for the vortex messages, we have, I intend to co-create from my place of positive attraction, number 40, which is, that foundation, that structure, that building. Okay, and this is quite like violet lilac color, even though I think it looks more purpley blue in the screen. It's the mind. It's looking at the mind. And of course, you create light when you come from, or when you're working with light. It reads, the individual creators who are coming together must be in a place of positive attraction before they come together, or nothing positive can come out of the co-creation. If you are negatively focused and not feeling good, you can only attract others who are in the same state of negative attraction. That is why looking for a mate from a place of insecurity, lack of anything, can never bring you the mate you truly want, but instead brings you one who amplifies your current lack. Yes, reading this reminded me of something I used to go through. I used to have a lot of people wanting to work with me to create magic, to manifest, and to do like group rituals. And I was never down for that, because I said, if we're coming into group rituals, we all have to be like really working on ourselves, because I know if I come into a group ritual and I know my power is very powerful, and we come together and people are not to say that they're not just as powerful or as powerful or have their own powers, but if they're not working from the highest good, then our work is going to be futile, because then otherwise it will rest on one person's shoulder to get the energy up. And if my energy is up and I'm working towards something with that intention, and you say you're doing the same thing, but instead you're riddled with all these other things, we're not putting in the right efforts for this work. So it's important for I to know that we are working with people that are on their highest vibe, working towards it. Doesn't mean I have to be there and like shiny, but at least diligently working towards it. Because when we mesh energies, and not to say people aren't deserving, but you have to just be mindful. It depends on what state you're in first and foremost. Because if your cup is overfilling and it's, then you're good. But if your cup is depleted, then you don't need to be going there to deplete yourself any further. Okay, foundation, culture, roots. That number 4, that grounding. Make sure the foundation is well laid before you start building. There was another message here. What was it? Yes, and again, you're looking for this divine partner. When you're looking, that means you're not realizing the wholesomeness of you. When you're desiring, fair enough. When you're desiring, but be sure that if you're desiring, that you're checking yourself along the ways. Because why are you desiring that? And what vibration are you desiring it from? From a vibration where you feel like, yeah, you've done your work and now you're waiting. Because if you've done your work, you don't need to wait. It will just appear. It will just be there. And that sometimes can elude people and think, oh, hold on, I wasn't calling for this. Like, why is this here? And then you shove it and push it away. So be mindful of that too. But no, you don't have to wait. When the time is right, universe will just show you. You don't have to look for it. It may not knock at your door, so you have to be actively working with the universe, i.e., working with your intuition, your divine guidance, because they'll tell you when you need to go to the shop and go to the further out shop than the one that you usually go to, and then maybe that's where you'll meet that mate. Okay, let's look at the tarot message today. We have, okay, so the 8 of Swords, which we had yesterday, then the 8 of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and then the 9 of Cups. Okay, so again, this mental conflict that ones on ones have been having, of just self-sabotaging because you're not wanting to go for your true passions. You're blindfolding yourself, you're halting yourself, you're stagnating yourself. Okay, you're basically fucking up your own shit because of your own shit. It's like everybody knows everybody shit stink, yeah, but you're telling everybody like you're the only one who shits. And you're not even telling everybody, you're telling yourself like, yeah, your shit stinks. Like, don't forget, people have their own stinking shit, but it's not for you to dwell on the fact that your shit stinks. Yeah, it happens. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to spray something in to stop it smelling so hard? Are you going to change your diet? Like, be productive in your mind. Be productive in your thought patterns. Remember, your thoughts is what creates your imagination, your creation. Okay? And thankfully, you're realizing this because you're walking away. Okay? This came in reverse, and obviously it's already a walking away card, so in reverse you may see that it's not actually walking away, but it's actually realizing what you need to walk away from. That's what's needed right now. You need to realize what you need to walk away from. Take time to figure it out. That's why the numbers, some of the cards kept coming up again. Understanding that your vibration is being answered to, okay? And you need to see clarity, be still, and being in the now, okay? Okay, thanks. Detaching from these thoughts, these social norms, status quo, and be truthful to yourself and others. Speak your truth. Use your intellect for the highest heights. Okay, because the Queen of Swords, she's receptive. She is a she, so she's welcoming, nurturing, but she can still be a cutthroat, no bullshitting Miss Male. You know? She's a queen. So she knows who she is. He or she. They know who they are. They're receiving into their intuitive guidance. They're telepathic. They're communicative. They're intellectual. So their mind is very agile. But yes, of course, you that is blocking yourself is afraid of this kind of energy, because that's what you need to embody. In fact, you need to walk away from thoughts and feelings that actually pull you down to conducive, welcoming, nurturing thoughts. And that is the only way you're going to bring in your wish fulfillment. When you stop your stinking thinking. Okay, I was about to go straight in. Wait, underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor. Okay, look, like you have great things to come for you. Yes, those wish fulfillments can come, but like there's no getting away from these mind games you play with yourself, because that's your biggest block. Because otherwise you've got so much potential to do so much like in this world, but you're lacking self-confidence. There's a lot of lack mentality and doubt. Okay, because love is abound. You know, the truth is here for you. A real concrete foundation can be built. Yeah, with the small steps, because we have the page of Pentacles coming in, trying to build something small but strong. Okay, you have passion, trying to move forward towards the mystery, the mystic. But yeah, in love and communicating, because you realize the connection is infinite, is powerful, and you know you need to become the emperor. Strong foundation, building his empire. Okay, because you want to build a strong foundation, an empire that's solid, grounded, well-founded, growing, blossoming. Naturally, he doesn't. But again, for you to do that, that's a good thought pattern. Stick to that, those kind of thoughts, the building. But then don't start eluding yourself by thinking that you don't have enough. You don't have enough to give, and you don't have enough to acquire. No, you have more than enough. You have to change your mindset. They're not yours. They're not even yours. These are ingrained thought patterns that you have acquired from your legacy, and it's backing your shit up. Okay. To move forward, you have to realize that you are lovable and you deserve love. Okay, real love, true love, not the love that you see about the place and that you hear of, and you know that you can see brings so much headache and shit. You can create a whole love, that kind of love, that puppy love, that true love, again, that friendship, that real lovers and friends love. And don't let society's norms block you, because earlier what wanted to come out is children and unrequited love. So someone's feeling like the one that they want has children, and that makes them feel away because maybe obviously they don't have children with them, and you know, like, come on, you can't let that social norm like fuck you up, because that's what it's doing. It's messing up your potential to be happy, to be fulfilled. Remember, you had the 9 of Cups. That's wish fulfillment. But are you going to go for it? Are you going to hold it just by having the emotions of it? Are you going to let your emotions be driven by your actions and move with your passions towards it? It's all on you. Be religious about heightening your heights. Okay, religious factors is about you just being dogmatic, whether it's a denomination or not. Okay, thanks to Fairy Dust 1111. Check her page out. She's super duper cool. And she was talking about religious factors, and I love it because I forget that. Yeah, I used to say that all the time. Brushing your teeth is a religion, my dude, my friend. Brushing your teeth is a religion. And if you're spooked out by that, then you should just not be living. No, I don't wish that on anyone. Live your life, poo, for your purpose. Know that you should be religious about love and your heart and your soul's knowing and your soul's growth. Because in that is the real joys and gems of what is pictured to be religion. That oneness, that knowing, that being free to be. Much love all. Full joy this day. I'ma go and bask me all day in the beach way. Yeah, you know I come back out to the beach. That's how I do. Oh yes, Harrison, darling. Sorry. Yes, I'm not coming down to Ramsgate. I'm actually in Broadstairs. Yeah, I know I said I was gonna come down back to Ramsgate, but we're on this side this time round. Okay, if you catch this, give me a shout. Have a good one. Peace.